Well, this thing says I'm live. How about I cut that short by a couple of minutes there, Joe say? Yeah, that hat is designed off of the real hat. That's why I put it on there. Joe see, Mama Linda. Oh, she said Joe Fix It for you was in there. I may have been mistaken.
He was at the very top of there.
Yeah, there's Joe Fix It for you up there. I don't know if he's still in there or not. 351.
Let's see, Scotty from Home Cross.
Don't gross. Well, it is Sunday evening. Y'all, we got some cold headed our way. Some places already getting hit hard. Mike's fishing home showed him bundled up outside, snow everywhere. I hope they keep it up there, because down here I go absolutely nuts. People see a flake or two, they freak out.
If it was a flake or two, I wouldn't worry about it. It was just cold rain.
Well, you and I wouldn't. These people out there, they see one or two snowflakes hit their windshield, they go absolutely teetotal nuts.
Mm-hmm.
And then the worst of the worst drivers come out. Going through that stuff like with no thought to it.
Bad enough as it is, and you add snow and sleet and ice to it.
That might be because some of them may be from up north, but what up north don't realize is that we get wet snow, not a dry snow. And so when it hits that ground, you run over it, you make it wet because you just got it hot, and then it freezes and becomes ice.
One said it's like that there too. Everything shuts down. Hey, I'm fine with it shutting down. That means I can sleep late.
So, yeah, you northern drivers, y'all come down here and think y'all can run through what little bit we get without a second thought. Think again, because we get wet snow. We don't get a dry snow.
Hey, Melinda.
Melinda. We'll be praying for you dealing with your Wi-Fi there. And, I've heard people say before from up north, oh, that ain't nothing. Yeah, it is. Once it gets run over, it gets heated up, turns to water, and then it freezes and becomes ice. And now you're no longer driving on snow, you're driving on ice. So we get people down here don't know what they're doing with it or think they know all about it because they from up north. It's got a trick for you folks. Anyways, about the next 2 weeks, from what I understand, we're going to be cold. Because just what's coming on the 6th and the 9th is just the beginning. Where are you at, Lone Cross? Yeah, I saw that. Had that car out there turning donuts in the snow. He's a crazy something. Me, I've grown up with it all my life, so I know a little bit about how to handle it.
Scotty's in Massachusetts.
Oh, Lord. You way up there.
He lives in the Commonwealth, or one of the Commonwealths.
He lives in the cold.
Yeah.
That far north, that's just cold. I had a buddy when I was in the Marines. He went on leave when I came back from leave. When he come back, he's like, I can never go home again. Dude, what's up? What happened, man? It's too cold. Now, dig it. He was from New Hampshire. He loved the cold. He loved ice hockey. He loved play hockey. He went home on leave after 2 years of being in the Corps out in the desert. And he like froze to death because this was in December. I'd check that out. But I know how to handle it down here when it hits. I just don't like to. Because I know what I'm doing. But I see how bad drivers are out there when it's a clear day and no weather problems. And then I see how they are when there's a little bit of rain in the dark. The worse the weather, the worse they drive. Okay. And it gets bad. I ain't worried about what's on the ground. I'm worried about what's driving on it out there with me. So I don't like to be out there. Melinda's ready for her Texas summertime. Yeah, real bad cold like that makes you appreciate the heat. Even at its worst, you might be in the heat, you might be sitting there going, I'm melting. But this cold right here will make you want that melting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see. We just got done eating a bite. She made a video of it. Y'all be seeing that tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was good. It was something else that we was able to use some of Ginger's We Italian on.
I'm saying it was good. I showed a picture of it on Facebook.
And oh man, let me tell you, that We Italian makes a difference and stuff, folks. I'm gonna tell you. Of course, Piggy's Rub does too, but it's for different things.
Mm-hmm. Listen, how good was it, Piggy?
One slice filled me up. Tripe?
Said tripe or triple?
He said, I'm having some trifle, and come back and said tripe.
Oh, okay, tripe, okay.
Damn!
Hey, Dad. Tripe, are you eating menudo, Josie? Or just tripe? Because I know tripe is like a main ingredient in menudo.
Yeah. Well, folks, there's so many things to talk about. Sad thing is, I don't talk about those things on here. I might run people away with what I think on things. But like I said about stuff, make proper judgment. When you make an opinion, you've made a judgment. Because opinion and judgment are one and the same. Have you made righteous judgments or unrighteous judgments? I base what I think on righteous judgments. Because a righteous judgment is basing things off of facts and truth. Not just what I want to feel should be. you know, you make a judgment based off of fact and truth or what your feelings prefer for things to be. One is living in reality. The other is living in fantasy.
Do I got to live in reality?
Unfortunately, yes. You live with me, don't you? Ah!
I apologize. I'm having a hard time reading the chat tonight.
Yeah, we need us about a 200-inch screen that we can put on extra large on text.
Yeah,
And from 5 feet away, we might be able to read it.
I might be able to. Seems like his text keeps getting smaller and smaller.
Josie said, laugh out loud, I jumped eating my trap. Backtrack!
Hey, backtrack.
I wonder how it would come up with an 85-inch screen. I got a 32-inch screen right here that I've got it hooked up to. And it's hard for me to read it. And I'm not but about 2 feet away from it. That gives y'all an idea. See, my prescription is like a negative 8.5. Or did that go down to negative 7.5?
I think it went down to negative 7.5 from 8.5 to 8.25.
In any case, what you can see, if you've got 20/20 vision, what you can see from 400 feet away, I have to get 20 feet away from to see it. That's how bad my eyesight is. Hers got messed up here a few years ago because she had some kind of thing happen to it.
It's called iritis or uveitis.
Right.
And it affected not only my sight as far as being able to read, but it also affected my color discernment.
It didn't help that the doctors were first kind of saying, oh, it's glaucoma. But an actual eye specialist came in and looked at it and said, no, it's not glaucoma. Let me see. He had to think of the name of his main tool that he uses in his practice. He called it a dumaflitchy or something. I was like, oh, God. And then the first little doctor, in between waiting on different things, was offering to write her script for morphine tablets.
Pill pusher.
Was it morphine?
It was either morphine or Percocet, one of the two.
It was morphine. It was a bad boy. He was trying to offer to write her script for morphine. And she's like, no. He said, well, you can have it for a rainy day. I'm like, oh, Lord, the pushers are in the hospital. I know he's got a side business going on.
Mm-hmm.
Elaine hasn't posted in the other channel lately.
I haven't posted in the other channel in a while. I need to.
The other channel?
Yeah, just me, Eileen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And it seemed like that might be something that kind of came and went.
No, I plan on posting it. I just got to get everything done for it to be posted.
No.
Or I was going to start posting, then I got to where I was sick. Big tell when I wasn't cooking and actually doing videos.
She was in bed.
I was in bed asleep, and I'm trying to get everything fixed back up for that. So it's a case of just.
Now, if we ever get relieved of our daily thing, we might get back into the groove of some stuff.
Yeah.
I think part of asking us to do that daily thing as much to mess up our schedule doing what we do as it was to be of a help.
Mm-hmm.
I think somebody knows about what we do on here, and they don't like what we do on here, especially when we talk about certain things that get done around here by some narrative wells, for lack of a better word, at the moment. You got better by the eyesight as I do, backtrack, huh? Yeah, you understand what I'm talking about. Even these glasses here, these are the worst glasses I've ever gotten in my life. When they first come in, we went to get them. These pieces here were stuck out to here.
They look like they put them on a big old pumpkin and tried to fit them.
Yeah. And that was on both pairs. And after a couple of days of wearing them, get used to them, I can't see that well out of them. If I have them straight right here and I'm looking ahead, I can see fine. But when I'm trying to read text and stuff, I wind up doing this.
I got to where I just use my phone's camera and zoom everything out.
I'm always liking and watching yours. You talking to me or 351 or backtrack? Either way.
I might have to do that again, Mama Linda. Put me a chair back there and fold me some clothes and stuff and do a video.
Because he said he'll comment more. Like having her in for coffee then. I don't understand. I don't like the ones I have now either. Yeah, it was 10 years in between times I've got glasses. The last time I went to that place before now, they did me good. Got some good glasses, fitted them right, everything. 10 years later, it's like, whatever. I can tell they made my lenses out of scrap left over from some other order. They came all messed up. I made one of Elaine's recipes the other night. It came out great. Well, that's awesome. Which one did you do?
I like hearing people make my recipes.
Right? Well, it's a huge compliment.
Mm-hmm.
Like when somebody adheres to a piece of advice I've given out, got good results from it. It's always a wonderful thing to hear. That don't happen very often, folks. Trust me. I'll put it out there and I'll sit back and wait and watch. It don't get followed. Sometime down the road, they'll be like, well, I should have done it like this beforehand. Wish somebody had told me that. I especially love those who dismiss an idea you have that you know is an excellent idea.
You made the stuffed bacon dates. Oh man, those are good.
Yeah. Well, 6 months to a year later, they will do that idea and claim they came up with it. Yeah. Yes, I am. Thank you very much. Ooey gooey, blackish pitch rotten inside to the core.
Yeah, we were talking just a little while ago about some of Piggy's favorites that I've made.
Oh man.
And his all-time favorite cake recipe that I make. What is it, Piggy?
Carrot cake.
But just all-time favorite desserts. It's the carrot cake and the lemon berry crisp.
She says that, folks, but there's so many of them, I can't actually choose a tippy top favorite. Just, you know, it'd be like going to a buffet where everything is the best in the world there is of that particular thing, and somebody says, you can only have one.
Mama Linda, you know it. Piggy is spoiled big time.
Yes, I am.
Backtrack's the carrot cake on my way. I don't have any right now. Backtrack. That's one thing I say.
Backtrack, if you ever had any of hers, you'd never eat any other kind ever again. Trust me.
Yeah, I used a recipe I found close to 30 years ago. And, oh my gosh.
If you eat too much of it at one time, you're going to go into a sugar coma, though. I might could eat a slice about maybe that thick at a time now. I ate a bigger one last time she made it, but the way I'm getting with sugar, I wouldn't be able to eat much.
Backtrack on my way back home.
Oh, yeah, she'll put her own spin on it and make it better than what the recipe actually is. She's made many a thing that it's the best I've ever had from anyone.
Scotty, that's what you do in your own kitchen. When you're in your kitchen cooking, you put your own spin on it. And I tell a lot of people, there's some things I don't like. I don't like capers. So when a recipe calls for capers, I don't use them. I use something else.
Well, Backtrack, she made that one on video. You did make that one on video.
Oh, yeah, I've got 2 carrot cake videos out.
Yeah.
It's under...
All right, Dale, you go get them chores done, boy.
Yeah, my carrot cake is under the playlist of desserts cold and hot.
Is your taskmaster got her whip out on you? Mama done cracking the whip there. Hey, get out there and get them chores done, boy. Don't worry, Dale. I'll be there here later when you come on. I'll be listening. Anyway, judgment and opinion. I made a video on that. Y'all done seen that. Those of you who watched it anyhow. I don't know who all did or didn't. There's a few. I don't know that I've really seen anything on that. A couple of them. That's all right. Whoever needed to hear it, heard it. Dale is going to make carrot cake. He might be going to look that video up and make it. But she does backtrack. She's got that recipe on there on video. It was one of those you taste it, it's like having died and gone to heaven. Of course, it might not have made much difference before my neck injury. I was pretty much called a trash compactor because I'd eat about anything. Boy, after they worked on my neck, I was tasting stuff. I thought, wow, That really tastes like that? And he'd be like, yeah, it really tastes like that. Man, I never knew. And other stuff, I'd be like, ooh, I ate that. She'd be like, yep, you ate that.
For anybody that wants that carrot cake recipe, it is at that link I just dropped.
So there you go. You want good carrot cake? Whip that up. Thank me later.
That's the carrot cake and the icing.
Thank me later.
Rhubarb carrot cake. I've never had the rhubarb, but
Josie, I don't know if I get that desperate.
you're very welcome. Backtrack.
I just don't know I could get that desperate. I think I might go find me a mountain oyster before I'd look for that. And I ain't too spiffy on mountain oysters. Ain't never had them. But I also don't never want them. I mean, the connotations of that just don't sit well with me. Right, backtrack. I tightened that belt a little tighter until I found something better. Go find me some acorns, some hickory nuts. One thing's for sure, my gut would be gone, my system would be cleaned up. Well, Melinda, more power to you. Have at it. Like I said, I just, the connotations of eating those just don't sit with me. You think on that for a little while, you'll understand. Of course, that's also perspective, the difference of perspective between a man and a woman. Right back track. I mean, at least for a woman with the mountain oysters, y'all can pretend like y'all getting back at somebody the hard way. For a man, no. Uh-uh. Not even for getting back at somebody. Ugh. Joe C got it. That track gets it. Melinda might catch on here in a minute. Well, Melinda, I'll let you have my share. You ever feed that to me, you better not tell me what it was. So I'd be getting up from the table and go puke. That just wouldn't do for me. Yeah, you ladies, y'all getting all sorts of offers. Y'all can have ours. I'm just not going to go there. I don't care if I am hungry. Good thing you watched that low cost. I don't know who all's going live right now. I'm sure that's where most people are, is on other people's lives. That's all right. I'll keep doing this anyway. It just tells me a lot of what I need to know. I'd eat that sooner than I would a mountain oyster.
What, grasshopper?
Yeah.
Grasshoppers are high in protein.
Yep. Get that and some honey.
Locust and honey.
Be like John the Baptist. Locust and honey. You get real strong. You'd have a clean system.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't be fat. I find that funny about a lot of diet plans. Oh, eat this and do this. You'll lose a ton of weight. In the fine print, you see, proper diet and exercise required to make it work. Well, then instead of paying all this money for this little deal, why don't I just do a proper diet and exercise?
That's a good question, ain't it?
Yeah, I could probably do that, Scotty. Wouldn't bother me real bad. Now there are things that Elaine will watch on her phone that I just no. One of the, what is it, Dr. Pimple Popper or something like that?
Yeah, I've watched her, and I've watched. Well, y'all, I used to sit and watch Fear Factor with my mom while eating supper. And anybody that has watched Fear Factor understands what I'm saying, especially if you're eating spaghetti or rice while watching Fear Factor. Piggy understands. He knows. So yeah, I kind of.
So there's things she watches that I just wouldn't be able to watch, much less eat while watching. Now surgeries, that'd be something I could probably do. But that Dr. Pimple Popper and the other things that she watches is just like, ew, that's just gross. Bothers me enough to have to do my own. Watch somebody else have theirs popped and all sorts of little needle-like tools and stuff being used. No.
Backtrack says he can't watch them either.
I see that. Right there with you, Backtrack. Right there with you. Anyway, getting off all of that, because, ugh.
Well, I would have got on that.
Well, I know. I did. I know who's guilty for that. It's on me.
Mm-hmm. Going out telling my secrets.
Like that really bothers you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Melinda, it would be. Especially when Fear Factor has been known to put maggots in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sure, it would be a lot of protein, but nah, not happening here. I'll be like, I'll starve, thank you. My stomach is just fine being empty.
I need to lose weight anyway.
Right. And that way I could lose weight and clear my system out at the same time. Go about 3 months of that, and I'd be half the man I am now. Which wouldn't be a bad idea.
All right, Backtrack. You have a good evening, hon.
See you, Backtrack. But yeah. Anyhow, this might be a short night.
It might be for me too. I'm about sleepy.
Then it says it's 29 degrees and dropping fast. Low tonight 16. Brr. Ours says 42 right now. I don't know what it's supposed to get down to.
Supposed to be down to 28, I think. 26, 28.
Too cold. In other words, too cold.
All I know is I like it warm.
I like it warm too. My cold tolerance has been a lot better this year. Oh, as right now, I'd be all bundled up. I'd have not only this sweatshirt on top of my t-shirt, I'd have my flannel jacket on, and I might be looking for other stuff to put on. Even in here. I get off of here, I might have me another piece of that pizza.
Yeah, I'm calling it Italian pizza.
Yep. And after that, I might look for me something sweet.
Well, there's that one thing of pudding left on the table. Have it.
Okay. I got some lemon Oreo cookies here right next to me, but boy, they tore me up the other night. I ate quite a few of them, don't get me wrong, but I didn't eat nowhere near as many as I used to in one sitting after I got them. But man, they tore me up.
Mm-hmm.
They tore me up something fierce. So no more Oreos for me. They just too flippin' sweet.
Well, I got chips and dip in there. I know it ain't sweet, but
We'll figure out something. Even if we have to take a trip.
Piggy gonna make me get out in the cold. We still got some banana cream in there with Cool Whip. I think I hit a thumbs up or home run.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Birdie!
Hey, Tish.
What am I doing? Sitting here being a buff on the log.
I've been a bump on the log all day.
Just about the same as always. Ain't got no energy for nothing, so I just sit here. I wouldn't be able to eat those long cross unless in 24 hours you wanted to see the piggy 4 piles up.
No, we don't want that.
It's anything chocolate or remotely related to chocolate.
Yeah.
Will put the piggy 4 piles up within 24 hours of having to eat it.
And it's getting to the point that I can't eat a lot of chocolate. If I eat chocolate, it has to be extremely dark chocolate.
Saw that video picture out there winterizing that little camper and then getting his truck ready for truck camping. Evan!
Hey, Evan.
Well, folks, Monday, I got up a little early from my nap. And I got a little wild hair up my butt and thought, well, I assume that's supposed to say farting. I thought, well, I'm going to go out there and put that caliper on the left front of the van. Got out there, put the caliper bracket on there. Okay. I reached in to get the box. It had one of the boxes that had a caliper in it. Got it out. I was like, oh, it came with a bracket as well as the caliper. Oh, that's cool. So I took the old caliper bracket off and got ready to put that new one on. God, look, this don't fit. Y'all, they sent me the wrong calipers. Ben's over acres.
Hey, Ben's over.
I thought, that bugged me for the night. Thought about it. Oh, it's cute. The brake pads are right. The rotors are right. The brake lines are right. The only thing wrong is the caliper. So I just cleaned up the old calipers and put it together. While Elaine sees what she can do about maybe being able to send back the new ones. Mama Bear!
Hey, Mama Bear.
Well, we got to thinking. Probably cost us as much to send them things back as what we paid for them because they're heavy. And then we wouldn't get nothing but a store credit, so we wouldn't be able to do nothing but buy something else from them. So as far as those go, I may have to just take that in the shorts and deal with it. I got to think, well, I might can get a little bit out of them. Once I get done, I might be able to take them over here to O'Reilly's and see if they'll give me a little bit for them. And I know they're going to tell me, well, we can't give you what they're worth. And I'll be like, yeah, I know.
Here's what we can get.
But if I can get a little something out of them, that'd be all right too.
Even if it's store credit there.
Even if it's store credit there. Or put towards something else that I'm going to wind up needing from there. And I'll just tell them, say, well, you know, this is the story. And I'll tell them the story. And I'll tell them, ain't no sense in me holding on to them. They don't do me any good. But y'all might can figure out what they go to and sell to somebody for a cheaper price and help somebody else out. The way you deal with toxicity is you just let folks know you don't care what they say or think. You are who you are. You're going to do what you do, whether they like it or not, because they ain't you. I mean, if you done figured out their game, what they are, just you hit them with the fact that you know what they are, what they do, and how they do it. And they don't apply to you. And then if at all possible, find a way to scoop that out of your life. I don't care who you are. You start being toxic, I'm going to leave you behind and burn the bridge. Anything and everything, Mama Bear. Right now, I'm currently talking about having went out there to work on them brakes and found out they sent me the wrong calipers. So I'm going to use the old calipers because everything else is right. And then see what maybe I can get out of those calipers that I got sent to me because it'll cost too much to send them back.
Yeah, they're not nice and good.
Tish, I have no idea what they go to. I haven't a clue. I might could try to see if I could look it up. Well, we ordered one thing on Rock Auto and they sent me something else. Looking up what I ordered wouldn't help me because they'd be showing me what I ordered as opposed to what I got. I might could take some real good pictures, send them to Avid and see if he could figure it out. Mama Bear is just one of those things. You know, it happens. Don't forget pimples, Mama Linda. We talked about that too. That was one of the more gross parts of the conversation.
Yeah.
The sad thing is I'm the one that brought it up.
Yeah.
I don't know, Avid. I'd have to go out there and get it and see. I didn't think about looking at that. All I saw was the barcode. There was other stuff, I'm sure, but I just wasn't paying attention to that. I was kind of in a state of being a bit miffed at the time.
Just a little.
And y'all haven't let me know that more often than not, Rock Auto is going to send you something wrong anyway. That's why he does not use them. They're a lot cheaper. They did me right on the headlights for the van. A couple of other things. And they got the rotors and brake pads right. They just messed up on the calipers. Oh, cool. Gonna make a seamstress out of her? I used to like those, Josie.
Yeah, Mama Linda, just a teeny weeny bit.
If you can call it that. Good thing I no longer have the strength I once had. I might have sent one of them things flying through a wall or a tree or something. Yeah, I remember what you told me on that, Avid. They always sending the wrong stuff. Like I said, they did me right on the headlights, the headlamp assemblies, and a couple of other things. They got the rotors and the pads right. They just happened to mess up on the heaviest thing in there. Like Elaine said, it's because of their weight, they're apt to cost us as much, if not more, than what they cost us to buy to send them back.
Because we do have to pay that shipping, sending it back.
And then we'd only get a store credit. So to get that money, I'd have to figure out something I could turn around and resell for the same price.
Love you too, Mama Linda.
But I can try to figure out what they are and then try to sell them on Marketplace for about half what they cost me.
Give me a box and I'll start punching in numbers and I'll see what we got.
I'll do that. He said O'Reilly's the best way to go. What, for trying to get something out of them or getting you stuff, parts from?
Probably both.
Yeah,
I like O'Reilly's.
I took that battery cord to them. They gave me $10. With that $10 and a little extra change, I bought me one of those little tire gauges that had a little valve on it. Sister-in-law called, knocked me off, of course. Well, ain't that nice?
Derek Fowler, hello, hello.
Sadly, Purdy, like I haven't said, they won't do it. Derek! But it's all right. Purdy, as you ought to know, that's just part of life. Things like that happen. And when they do, you just say, well, that happened. Now let's see what we got to do to fix it. Ain't no use in getting mad about it and staying mad about it. Part of life. It happened. Then you got to deal with it anyhow. So why be mad about it? Just deal with it. Go on.
Just figure out a way to get around what you did.
If you gotta take it in the shorts a bit every once in a while, so be it. Lesson learned. And I'll probably be like Avid, not never get nothing from them no more because they all the time getting it wrong. When they get it wrong, you got to send that stuff back. That gets expensive. At least with O'Reilly's, it's going to cost you more from the get-go. But if something's wrong, you can take it back. Either get your money back or get the right thing. Okay, I don't get the lesson behind that one, Avid, but okay. But I probably would. When I got ready to go, I'd pull an anchor up and say, okay, let's go, and then not remember why I ain't going nowhere. Like, oh, there's still another anchor. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Well, Dale, you made it back. I take it you got your chores done. Hope she didn't have to whip you too hard to get you going. There you go, Melinda. That works out just fine. Cast iron calipers make good anchors, Piggy. Oh. Well, they might do it, but I don't need them.
Hey, Sampy.
Sandy. Because, Abbott, I don't have a boat. Don't plan to either.
I know where a boat's at, but I wouldn't have it. Yeah, up the road.
Yep.
I don't know if that's the one he was going to park in the other side of the carport or not. Oh, well.
Yeah, that was his plan. That's what he was doing, trying to fix up the basement. He planned on using it for stuff he wanted in there. But now the problem he was trying to fix is worse than what was before he fixed it.
Mm-hmm. And he don't understand why.
No, he don't. I tried to tell him, but he said, "Oh, it don't work that way."
Okay.
Okie dokie. Half-inch of ice on everything now, snow. 35-mile-per-hour winds going to be single digits tonight. Brr.
I'm saying, Bird.
That makes me cold just thinking about it. Stay warm, fella. That's all I know to tell you. Stay warm.
Half-inch of ice on everything now. Snow, 35 mile per hour winds, going to be single. Ooh, that's what you just read, but
Why is that not good, Dale? If anybody would know, I know you would. Yeah, Mama Linda, I think the next couple of weeks is supposed to be rough. So I heard them talking about what's coming the 6th and the 9th. Then they was talking about there's still the following week of stuff.
Dale said his whole family's without power now. Ooh.
That ain't good, friend. You ain't got no generators or nothing?
I told Piggy I want a wood heater.
I'd love to have a wood heater.
I would. I want a wood heater really bad.
Uh-oh. Yes, it sounds like a carburetor rebuild now. Well, Dale, if it is, there's one way to look at it is it gets rebuilt, it'll be pretty much brand new. One less thing. Then he can move on and see what the next problem might gonna be. Until eventually he gets through the whole thing. And he might wind up with a whole new tractor. Yeah, that's when it ran for a few seconds and shut off. Oh, you done rebuilt the carburetor? Rita!
Hi, Miss Rita.
Part of them have generators. Is that the tractors? Or are you talking about around the house?
I think something about family had part of his family had generators part time.
Oh. I hope you got one. Uh-oh. Dale, tell him what he did wrong on that. Because I think I know. Same thing that happened with me trying to get my parts from Rock Auto. You know, the old saying, you get what you pay for. Just because it's cheaper. Don't mean it's worth it. I would call it first bought a part online.
Credit.
They swap parts with them. Well, Derek, if it don't bolt up right, other parts might not fit right either. Now, that's the whole thing about trying to swap out parts. You try to swap out parts from something that's new that don't bolt up right. It's a good bet other things ain't going to be right either. You might have to do what I'm going to have to do. Take it in the shorts and just go get the right part from a reputable place. That you can see, Derek. But if you go to getting inside that thing, you might start seeing other things that don't match up either. You know, adjustment needles and floats and gaskets and things like that might be just a little bit off too. Abbott says online parts buying is a no-no. Well, Abbott, I think Derek and myself have found that out. Josie says he's never had bad luck with eBay. I'm sure that's what you meant to say was eBay, not eBay. Well, like I said, I think from now on I'm just gonna suck it up and go pay the actual price from an actual parts store that's nearby. But that way, if something goes wrong, they will rectify it. Rock Auto has done okay by me most of the time. But, you know, when you're dealing with something that's heavy, that is that heavy, would be that expensive to ship back if there's a problem, and then you still wind up taking a loss, it still come out about the same or cheaper just to go to a regular auto parts store, pay the cost up front, take your cores to them, and all that be done with it. All right, Eric, you know what they say. Close but no cigar. Boys up there I take my vehicles to when I'm able to. They replaced the thermostat housing on that old 85 old Cutlass I had. They went through a lot of different housings before they finally got one that actually fit right. Yeah, it's crazy, but like I said, at least if something goes wrong, you can take it back to them and they will replace it if they gave you the wrong part. Yeah. So, I mean, Rock Autos seems like a great idea. You have to really know what you're looking for when you order from them so you can get actually the right thing. And even then, and I mean, I did a lot of comparing to make sure I was getting the right, ordering the right thing. And I did. They still sent me the wrong thing. They got everything else right, but the calipers they got wrong. Those things with the bracket weigh more than the rotors. And you got to pay the shipping to send them back. And then you only get a store credit. Yeah. Whereas if you go to a regular parts store, you can do what you got to do to be done. Well, Derek, I don't know what to tell you. Except wish you the best on it. Me, I just probably send it back to them, say you got it wrong, get my money back, and take the carburetor you got, go to an actual tractor supply place, work with somebody that might know a little bit about what they're doing. Derek is way south of me, Josie. For about 4 or 5 hours. He's still in Georgia, but he's down there in South Georgia. Of course, also being me, knowing I know somebody like Dale, I'd be up just to send it to him to see if there's anything actually wrong with it, and who could find the right parts, put it together, have them send it back to him, and just pay him. There you go, Derek. Dale's telling you something there. But Dale, just know if I ever had a tractor and had that problem, I'd send that carburetor to you and let you fix it up. Send it back to me. Tell me what I owe you. Not that that would ever happen, but just let you know that's what I would do. Of course, you also got folks like Joe C. He heard that sound in the video on the car and called exactly what it was. It was a wheel bearing. That would be your best bet, Derek. Send it back, get your money back, and talk with Dale about where to get your parts. I mean, face it, Dale is a tractor guy. He knows tractors. Boy, does he ever know tractors. Take advantage of that resource, Derek. Right, Avid. And for me, with cars, I've got Avid and Joe C. Johnny! And also Johnny. Anything car, I can just ask one of them three. The reason I say that, Johnny, is because we've been talking about stuff and Derek's having troubles with his tractor. I went out there to put brake calipers on the van and discovered that Rock Auto sent me the wrong calipers. So I'm going to be taking that in the shorts, reusing the old calipers, and then take those ones I got from Rock Auto and see if I can sell them to O'Reilly's over here, and they can sell them to somebody else, make some money off of. Yep. That may have burnt me on Rock Auto. I may not be getting nothing from Rock Auto ever again. If you got to pay the shipping to ship them back, and it's probably going to cost as much as the calipers cost to ship them back, and then just get a store credit, and you know. So I'd rather just use the old calipers, clean them up, put them back on there. They're still good. They're just old. They're probably better than what I got sent. But as far as quality, all they need is clean it up. Clean the slide pins and the slots they go into, make sure they're cleaned out good, and just re-grease them and have at it. And Derek bought a carburetor for his tractor off of Amazon, and his bolt holes ain't exactly right, about 1/16 of an inch off. So we told him to send him back to Amazon and get his money back, and Dale said he'd tell him a good place to get his parts. What? About a minute away from you. Oh, okay. Ford New Holland. Well, that's why I said, Dale, you're a tractor guy. Just like Avid and Johnny are hardcore car guys, you are a hardcore tractor guy. I'm sure there's very little you don't know about tractors. That makes you a resource for somebody like Derek trying to work on a tractor. But like I said, if I had a tractor and I had a problem, guess who I'm hitting up? It's like on the van, I sent Abbott a message, told him what happened. That's when he told me he never uses Rock Auto because they always sending you the wrong parts. Right? Yeah, it kind of is, ain't it now? Oh, diesel engines are a pain. My neighbor's got a real old Ford truck. It's got a diesel engine in it. A few years ago, he put a new front end up under it. But he still has problems with getting it to crank. Now, once it cranks, it does good. Just the problem is getting it to crank. He'll put the charger to it and work with it, and you put the ether or whatever into the intake. There you go, Derek. Exactly right. No, Johnny, I was asleep. Here lately, I've been sleeping anywhere from 10 to 14 hours, and I try to catch up on what I can when I get up. I've not been up since about oh, I don't know, 1:30 today. I got up about 3:30 yesterday. But I've seen bits and pieces of other stuff that you put out there. Oh, he'd do that, Evan. My neighbor, he's an old farmer. He raised cattle for 40 years. He did a lot with diesel. He's uh, one of those got more than most know type people. He's an engineer. He's built everything from small houses to big manufacturing plants, all the way from doing the surveying to the cutting of the ribbon on opening day and everything in between. He ain't no dumb feller. Not by a long shot. And he can work on things and fix things really good. That thing, he don't mess with it so much now because he's gotten older and he's had some things happen to him, makes it harder for him to get around and all like that. So he don't mess with it much anymore. He ain't raised no cattle in probably 10 years, maybe longer. Yeah, like I said, he's an engineer. He's built stuff y'all wouldn't believe. Plus, been farming. And one of the things I like about Johnny's town a lot is it reminds me a lot of growing up with my neighbor raising cattle. It's not he. It's not that he doesn't know what he's doing with it. It's just that it's so old and been such a farm truck. I mean, he's used it for everything over there. He's even used it to hide under while he had a mean bull almost lifting that thing up off the ground trying to get to him. Johnny, you probably know something about that. No, Derek, that wasn't stupidity. That was hopefulness. Yeah, I think Johnny knows a little bit about Maine bulls. You've been doing cattle long enough. I think you know a little bit about Maine bulls. My neighbor's truck has a big old dented up area to it on the side where that bull was trying to lift that thing up and over so he could get to him. Huh. Uh, how stupid would it be of me to ask, how did they burn them out? But I mean, I truly don't know. But what I know about mechanicking probably fill up half this hat. I can see things and I can see how things are done. And having done them, I can surmise as to how that might be. But just to be faced with a question or a situation like that, everything, I wouldn't have a clue. Long cross, that means you're just a self-starting screw. Oh boy. She just brought me something sweet. That means I need to get off of here and get ready for Dale. Oh, okay. Happy Hunter. Y'all know Happy Hunter? They take hot frogs and put it to their horns when they are young.
We've seen Happy Hunter here before, I think.
Okay.
Name sounds familiar anyway.
Yeah, I'd like to see that, Johnny. But she's right there. Right there behind me. That's where she is. Blow them too long. Okay. We try to start them before they're ready, or they let them go too long. Okay. I can see how that would burn them out. Man, that's smelling good.
Oh, so where's ours, Allie? Oh, I don't know. Where's your nanners?
I think she did a video on this stuff before.
Yeah, it's last of the nanner cream. I made this a little bit different though. Add a little bit more milk to it.
And Christine is going to take it from him. Take what? I missed something. Yeah, she probably would. Well, folks, I'm going to get off here, get ready to listen to Dale. I'm very happy all of y'all came in and spent a little while listening to me boring y'all to death, just yakking and jacking and all that other whatever. Hope y'all had a good night. Hope y'all stay warm. Piggy loves you.
Bye, y'all.